We're in Cloudcroft, New Mexico today, and we are going to be hiking the name of the trail?
Tressel?
Tressel Trail. It's not supposed to be a hard hike, but it ought to be pretty scenic. We're in the fall time of the year and the colors of the leaves should be changing. So I guess we'll see what they look like. Now, hopefully we'll be able to find the trailhead as we head that way.
And not get lost.
Good chance we'll get lost. At the beginning of the trailhead, there's an area that is just beautiful for the artists to practice their skills.
They've got restrooms right before you hit the trailhead.
The restroom is modeled after the old train station that used to be there back in the early 1900s for passengers to catch the train.
What's that?
Tressel's over here, and this is where we are.
And here's all the different trails, looks like. Or at least 4 of them. I think we did pick a good time to come.
I don't know what I was thinking when we got here. I didn't realize, even though Trestle was in the name, that there was an actual train station that had been here. For you bird watchers, there's a list of birds that you can expect to see out on the trail.
This is the second little outlook we've seen since we've just started. I don't know, maybe they'll have outlooks to look every so often.
The area was given the name the Devil's Elbow because a number of individuals died and were injured in the construction of the roadway here.
We haven't gone too far on the trail, but so far it's opposite of any other trails that we've hiked because we're going downhill instead of uphill.
So here's what the track looked like before it collapsed in 1960.
Let's see here, cloud climbing Tressel Trail number 501. 2 arrows. Which way do we go?
We're definitely gonna get lost.
Well, we might be doing this backwards, so if we are, just watch the video in reverse. We're heading down the trail and we're looking for the second trestle outlook point.
So here's another piece of the rail that's called Bonnie's Trestle.
Bonnie's Wishing Rock. Apparently you can sit there and cast your wish into the forest. Or you can just spit in your hand and see what happens first.
We're headed in the direction to get to the last trestle point, which is supposed to be the largest one of the three.
Here's some of the critters that can be found out here. Hopefully we don't run into a black bear or a mountain lion.
Since we've seen the sign with the different animals on it, Cammie has been freaked out about every little noise that we've heard in the woods. And she's also tied her shoes a little tighter, so I'm pretty sure she's going to try to outrun me if we see a bear.
Woodpecker really got after this tree. We'd originally planned to go to Ruidoso, but they had a huge fire there this summer, so we figured that a lot of the trees would be gone. So this is our first trip that we've taken to Cloudcroft, and I think we made a good choose.
Our final overlook of the big trestle that we were trying to find. We went the right way, and they did a great job putting these overlooks throughout the place where there's great scenery.
And if you can't hike, it looks like they got another overlook on the other side where you can just pull off of the road and see this last trestle from there.
So this hike was not strenuous at all, and it didn't take us very long. So we decided we're going to go ahead and hike some more areas over here. They're not very far. So we're going over to the, what's that called? The
Crossover.
The crossover now.
Been around pine trees. Usually on the ground you'll see these brown ones. When you see these, it kind of looks like a branch pine cone. But you can see it still has sap all over it. It hasn't dried out yet. Smell the pine. This sign caught our eye. There's a tunnel. So we're going to go check it out and take all these little side trails. And this is how we end up getting lost.
Well, we made it to the tunnel. I could smell a skunk when we were about halfway through. I was hoping he wasn't still in there.
I find it interesting that there's a warning sign telling you not to enter the tunnel whenever there's flooding.
We've been wandering off the path and we've gotten kind of far out than we feel comfortable with, so we're turning back and heading back the way we came in.
Yeah, we got to get back before sunset because they're going to close the roads.
We don't want to be stuck out here.
All right, so after our little detour, I think we're finally back on the right trail. If you come to hike Tressel Trail, realize if you go over to the crossover trail, you're going to be leaving the area and going over to some other trails. I've been teaching Cammy some more about diversity, so she's kind of stressed out with me right now. We're going to make it back before sundown, so the roads will still be open.